Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. I have been working like a dog this morning to bring you what I believe is going to be a very valuable video. Not only is it a Temu, apparently it's supposed to be Temu, unboxing video, but I also did some product testing. So I believe, okay, let me back up. Sometimes the cynic and the skeptic in me prevents me from acting more quickly on, say jumping on a bandwagon. So I started seeing these videos appearing. Didn't know what it was. Finally thought I'd Google it. Then watched several unboxing videos. But again, we know that appearances can be deceiving, that just because something looks good or okay doesn't mean that it is going to perform as well. So I also saw a couple of review type videos. I'll just remind you that I'm in Canada, and even we, even Canadians, get free shipping and free returns. And when I looked at the, confirmation email, I noticed that there is a Vancouver and a Toronto address that I guess our Canadian returns would go to. So there is that assurance. I also want to say that I think that for some people, and maybe people who have been in this business longer, or who have been burnt by counterfeiting and piracy of designs and that sort of thing, there may be a bit of, an ethical dilemma. Certainly, I don't condone that. I don't support that. It's criminal. But one of the videos that I saw had a very interesting sort of preamble, I guess, to maybe ward off some criticism. And she pointed out, and it's certainly true, that virtually everything that we buy is made in China. So whether you're buying something at whether we're, because I'm including myself here, whether we buy something at the Dollar Tree or through a name brand, high-end crafting product, nobody is making that, in North America, let's just say. So they're offshore products. And, again, I guess a lot of us spend a lot of time thrifting and trying to save a buck, because if these things, these supplies are consumables and they're an input cost, and you're hoping to make money with whatever product you're making and selling, then every business person on the planet tries to keep their input costs down. So I'm just throwing all that out there, for everyone has to make up their own minds. I use my own cold hard Canadian cash to buy this order. So I'm not beholden to anybody for anything. And if you've been watching me for more than a minute or two, you know that I am the kind of person that, in the words of a former colleague of mine, used to say, well, let's call a spade a shovel. I call a spade a spade. So if something is crap, in my opinion, I'm going to say so, because, it's buyer beware. It's, we owe it to ourselves and our hard-earned money to kind of try to get the best bang for our buck, to do some research, to pay attention if there are red flags, or someone is raising a concern. It's kind of best to maybe pay attention to them. Anyway, enough about all of that. Let's begin. So, as I said, I did the rustling, the ripping open, all of that jazz ahead of time. On each product, I wrote the price. And again, don't know if it makes any sense to be talking money when we all are shopping in different currencies. But I did, in case anyone cares. In Canada, I said this in a recent haul video, in Alberta, we don't have provincial sales tax, but all Canadians living elsewhere pay a provincial sales tax plus GST, goods and services tax, which is 5% across the country. So I would have paid 5% on top of my actual order. It came to $161, which is kind of risky when you think about it, since I didn't really know for sure whether this stuff would be any good or not. But anyway, enough about that. Okay, so this is washi tape. It is this is 80 millimeters in width and 3 meters long. So that's like over 9 feet. 9 feet. $3.68. Kind of cool. I have to say, I did not try any of the washi tape. So, but I think most of us, regardless whether it's cheap or whether it's expensive, most of us always use glue anyway, just because washi by its nature is not meant to be permanent. So if you want it to be permanent, you got to add glue. So there's that one. This one is narrower, of course, 40, so it's half the width. Same length, 3 meters, and this one is 268. And who can resist this guy? Michelangelo's guy. This one is cute in that it's all numbers, at least what this outer design shows. 20 millimeters, 3 meters, $1.88. And maybe while I am on that, another thing that I worried about, and I know that, of course, all these goods are made in China. Sometimes, and you don't have to be ordering something on the internet to find that out. You can walk into a retail store, and if you've got a head like mine, have an instant headache from all the off gases from the plastic, the rubber, So this is by far the stinkiest thing that I bought. I should be paying attention to where I'm positioning these things. It's 18 pieces, and it was $13.88 Canadian. Okay, there's nothing there. So you can see it goes from a width like this to these little guys that people sometimes fill these collections out with. This is, I think this is supposed to have sort of a literary theme to it. Let's just peel this back and see what we can see. I don't think it's any worse than any others that I've bought. You know, certainly I've bought washi that, you can't get the darn thing started, but everybody, I guess, knows the trick about, I won't put the cover back on, let this thing begin airing out. So there's that. Another bigger item that I bought, this was the most expensive thing I bought, and it's more wax pellets. So this is 600 pieces, and it costs $16.18. And of course, it helps that it's in a cute little case like this to keep things in good order. Excuse me. Now, this was really counterintuitive to buy this, because this past Christmas, so Christmas 2022, I celebrated the 1-year anniversary of getting a wax sealing kit the previous Christmas, and I still have not tried it. So that will, spoiler alert, that will be one of my 100-day challenge videos, where I'm actually going to live and in person try it out for the first time. So I'm not sure why I bought this, to be honest, but I did. So we'll get that out of the way. Another thing that I bought, well, another 3 things that I bought were, oh crap, were a variety of thank you stickers. And like I said, I wanted to minimize the rustling. So I kind of opened them and kept them together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. These have those designs that we've all seen, typically on Dollar Tree calendars or whatever. When I first started putting prices on the labels, I did not write quantities. I think these might all be 500-piece rolls. This was 79 cents. Let's just try one out. Does it actually stick? Where's the start of the roll? Could have done this before I turned the camera on too. Okay, that one is being destroyed in the process. That's pretty darn cute. And why, you're asking yourself, would anyone need 500 thank you stickers? Well, I'm hoping that very soon I'm going to have a reason to use them. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. This one, handmade with love. I guess these are all the same. This is a variety. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, well, that's kind of dumb. Oh, there is a tiny little U. I'm thinking, well, thank isn't exactly grammatically correct. I guess that's what, I didn't see it on any of the stuff that I bought, but I do have to say that that is something that a person kind of needs to be aware of. That if it's something involving text and has come from overseas, quite often the grammar is a dead giveaway. And I didn't get this. This was an Amazon purchase. This thing, a lot of this is nonsense. Oh, there's even some obscenity there. Let me just see if I can quickly find one. YB. Like duh? What is that? YB. It's time. Well, okay, it's time is one thing. To beast? And goodness knows that this Ukrainian kid has no idea what the Asian stuff says. You know, that could all be obscene as well. You know, I have a good vocabulary. I've never heard of some of this stuff. So anyway, that's an aside. Oh, I was, in my little preamble, I was also going to say, or maybe I've already forgotten, did I say that I have never bought anything from AliExpress in my life? And don't intend to. I also have maybe placed 2 Amazon orders in my life. And again, I don't want to get all political here. I just have a little bit of an issue with the founder, the owner, the multi-billionaire. From my standpoint, I don't know that he's doing enough with his riches. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I'm all for capital, what do you call it? Capitalism. And, you know, we're all allowed to make as much money as we possibly can. However, I think that there is some kind of an underlying belief that most of us have, is that we need to give back as well. And some of the things that happened during COVID when everyone in the world was buying everything through Amazon. I don't know that his employees got treated particularly well. And anyway, let me stop that. These, of course, are bulb pins. I ordered them in 4 different colors, and I do have bulb pins, but hey, 100 pieces for $1.58. That was true, I think, for these 3. The copper ones were more money. They were $2.18. But I love the copper, the rose gold, so that was worth it to me. Okay, you saw these buttons, and I saw that other people have bought them as well. 100 wooden buttons for $2.58. And, of course, they are too cute, relatively, thin. So I think those will be good. What else did I want to show? Okay, here are, and to be honest, I don't know why I bought this. I do have leaf charms, but they're really nice. They're filigree leaves. This is called Imitation Gold. And this one is, okay, it's not cyan. It's a bronze color. I did not put the count on here. So I don't know how much that is, but $1.48 for each. This, again, the wax seal queen here. I ordered this for $1.38. It is it's got 2 ends, a little spoon and a little spatula type things to stir the molten wax. And I think also to clean it out. So I'm thinking that is an incredibly good thing and really cute to boot. Okay, this, and again, did I need this? No, I don't think so. But it's a 2-pack of triangular acrylic rulers. And of course, it's some kind of weird, weird length. They've got numbers on them, but who knows what those are. Are those okay, 2.5 centimeters is an inch. That looks like it's bigger than an inch. So probably not very accurate. You wouldn't want to do brain surgery and use this to measure. But anyway, just really cute, 88 cents. My husband was a former, I don't want to say an old architectural draftsman. It's better to say former. So he too loves rulers, and I guess those kinds of people call them scales. So I'll give him one of these because, hey, I can do that. But yeah, this is cute. I'm just thinking it would, I don't know. I just think it's cute. I should just, for the heck of it, compare it to a real ruler and see if, in fact, any of this makes any sense whatsoever. Hey, you know what? It does. So those are millimeters, because 2.5 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters equal an what is this stuff called? Standard inch. So that's good. Oh, it's just one set of numbers on there. It's just reflective. It looks like there's more choices, but there aren't. Another thing I bought that I thought was really, these are quite sweet. No, I'm sure they had dimensions, but again, sometimes that goes in one ear and out the other. These are those cute little quilt type things. They're smaller than the ones I have, but sometimes you need to get into tight corners, and small is cute. Now, there were, dare I say, millions of options. This particular package, 20 pieces for $1.99. So what is that, 10 cents each? That is a good price. This bag, I'll dump them out. These are metal little cogs, gears. I think Oh, it doesn't have the count on there. $1.59 Canadian. Oh, there's even like a handoff, a watch. So steampunky type stuff. So those are definitely cute. That was probably the only thing that came in a padded bag. Now, I opened up one of these, but what did I do with it? I'll show you a packaged one, I guess. Oh, this is the one I opened. I ordered 3 of these. And who knows what I was thinking? Why did I need the vial? I wanted this. They bill it or describe it as a needle holder. So is this not gorgeous? Or for that matter, for people who like to carry toothpicks with them, this is really nice. It's not, I mean, it's bigger than a lipstick tube. So it's like 3 1/4 inches. But it looks classy. And I'm thinking, you know, I know some other people that, oh, and they cost $2.49. So again, really cute and functional. But again, why the vial? If I knew, I've now forgotten. So I'll be putting some of my needles in there, particularly if I'm, you know, when I go away to somewhere and I want to take some projects with me to work on. I didn't buy any of the paper that you sometimes see people showing in their unboxing. Okay, I'm starting to lose track here. Okay, I saw somebody do an unboxing. I thought, these are cute. Now, I certainly hope that these are not pirated designs. They're fairy stickers. They are, okay, you get 45 pieces for $2.88. And I have been collecting stuff for a fairy journal. So one of these days that is going to happen. Cute little box. This, okay, retro literature and art style. I'm assuming that these are stickers because of the way they look. They were $2.78 Canadian. So let's just see here. You know, sometimes I use a pokey tool to get the corner started. So that, they're not washy, they're not transparent. So that I would probably fussy cut a lot closer. These are not good scissors, but let's try. I would fussy cut this a lot closer to the edge before I, you know, peel the backing off. Yeah, these aren't very good scissors, but you get the idea. I think some people really like that white look too, and it depends. Sometimes I don't take it right down to the nub, so to speak, but leave just like a hairline of white, especially if other elements in the same project have that little white outline, because you kind of, you know, usually we want a little bit of consistency. So we can fool people into thinking that we had a real plan. Okay, so there's that. Again, I had handled this before I paid attention to the quantity and recorded that for your information. This is, now I know that in this section, I think this is a tag from a 258. In this section, there were a lot of these little washi type things. I sure hope that I haven't been off camera. Maybe, fine. Anyway, several of them that might have been a first choice were sold out, but I tried this one, and it's called Letters, and it's basically, you know, little postcards and little letters. So that's definitely usable by, I'm sure, virtually everyone. This is very cute. It's like in a little book form. I wonder what this was from. It says 500 pieces. Could that be this? I don't know. No, I don't think it is, because it seems to me... I'm sorry, guys. I had such good intentions here, and I started out so well until I kind of cleaned up a bit to start the camera. Anyway, you can see that everything is a couple or $3 that I've shown you so far. So these are little vellum. Oh, no, this is a combination of paper and vellum. I remember seeing this in someone's unboxing. And I think part of what they say is that there are no duplicates. So, you know, sometimes that's nice to not have to wonder about how you're going to use you know, too many of the same thing. Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. You saw in the opening shot that I had this script embossing folder. It cost $3.58. I think it's just lovely. However, I did notice, and this was... Oh, maybe that's a design thing. I'm thinking, holy, it's cracking open. I mean, it's cracked. But apparently not, because it's that hole there is centered, and there's sort of the connected parts at the end. So I was going to complain about that. But I'm happy with this. I think it's lovely. And if you've paid full retail for embossing folders, you know that they are not cheap. Now, this is, so that embossing thing and these dies that I'm going to be showing you are sort of where we get into the product testing. So this is a postage type one, $2.98. I'm not going to take it out of plastic because I think you can see that. Oh. So what I did here, now I don't know if you can see and recognize that this is one of those duotang covers. You know, sometimes you can get those really cheap at thrift stores, and unless you're a student, you probably don't have much need for them. They have that built-in pebbly texture to them, so that's good. So you can see that I did not separate these in any way. All the pieces are still connected, and that's the negative, you know, the waste part of it. And so I think these are cute. Maybe you can see that there's a tiny little perforation there that makes it look like a ticket stub. So that is definitely cute. Now, you will see some of my later samples. This is also the cover of some sort of a stationery type folder, but it is thick, well, not thicker, it is thicker, but it's also different. There is some texture. You may or may not be able to see that. It almost felt a little plasticky, I want to say. Oh, I can see there's some things that didn't punch out. So I struggled, using a different die, and I thought, well, okay, this postage one worked beautifully on this. Why don't I try it on this? And it worked. So that tells me that with, oh, I did learn some die cutting lessons today too, and you know, I usually have them. The moral of the story is, okay, well, let's talk about that. I don't like wasting anything. So in this case, I had put too many dies on the platform. This was clearly too close to the bottom of the page. And you can see it only partially cut this. This, you'll see a better look at this die soon, but I think it's really cute because the butterflies are a nice shape. They are 3 ascending sizes. It looks like they've been top stitched and they're great. So I'm not obviously going to throw this away. I will use it in some way, you know, even if I have to just cut it in half and use like half a butterfly wing on something. But again, that was my sort of nightmare project with that. I'll just make a pile of these things. Okay, so I said $2.98. This set was $5.19. Now it has several pieces. It doesn't say how many, but I'll just dump them. I won't do this for all of them, trust me. I'll dump this out simply because if a person is just maybe looking to buy their very first dies, you know, if you're able to get an affordable set like this that worked very well, then, you know, you don't need umpteen sets. So I didn't use all of them, but I'm thinking they are, you know, this will be representative of the quality. So again, it's got that little fine line around that just adds an element of interest to the shape. So these are the 2 circles. This is the little flag type thing here. This is this. Whoops. This is this. And again, because the kid can't seem to learn a lesson, stuck too many things on here. This was too close to the bottom of the plate, and it did not cut that last side. Now, I suppose I could draw a line with a pencil and finish it off with scissors, but really, kids, learn from mom. Do as I say, don't do as I do, is what I'm trying to get at there. So for $5.19, we got 3, 6, 9, 10 pieces. So that is obviously some value for money. I will be transferring these things to some sort of a magnetic system that I'm trying to use. Now this next one are these oblong shapes. Now you can see I didn't separate them either. So obviously, if I had, then they would all be solid like this, again, with top stitching. And I think, you know, they're obviously very cute. Now, sometimes this sort of an open look would be, there'd be a good use for that as well. Oh, I'm mixing those things up. This next one is, I believe, intended to be just kind of a header piece. It cost $2.88. I had tried it on, do I have that here? Well, when I get to it in my pile, I'll show you. or maybe it's over here somewhere. Anyway, it did not work the first time I did it. I'm thinking, oh, brother. But again, $2.88. We all have paid, 10 times as much for an intricate die and have spent, the better part of a day poking it out. So I figured I better give it a second chance. And like I say, when I come across that other piece, I'll show you. So each time, whether on this cardstock where it did work, or on the other material, it might have been the this blue stuff, which was heavier and more plasticky, it did not work. I mean, it did not cut this bottom edge. And then if you look at it, you see, well, there is no cutting edge there. So that, and of course, I'm not famous for my ability to center these things on anything. It doesn't really matter to me if they're cockeyed. I want it done. I want results. So what I did when I took this apart is I trimmed it off, flush with the end of that, thinking that, and of course it wouldn't be at an angle like this if you had a plan and knew what you were doing. But wouldn't that be a nice topper on a, well, this is too narrow, but okay, so if you had a tag, that could be kind of cool. So now that I know that it does work, I am more excited about it. For a while there, I thought, oh, brother. Spruce trees, love them. This one, again, I didn't separate them, worked like a hot damn. It worked so slick. They just fell out of the mold. There were maybe, or out of the die, there were maybe two things I had to, kind of the residue, the waste product that I had to poke out. But now the only thing is, I kind of wish I'd have chosen better paper, because the way this stands, it kind of looks like maybe these are suffering from pine beetle disease, pine beetle infestation. So, but I just love them. So that's a really good one. Here is, and this is construction paper. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't, for most of these things, see, it didn't properly cut, because they should poke out, which, no, trust me, nobody wants to have to do that, for the whole darn thing. But, so I don't know what the issue was. If I should have run it once or twice more through the machine, or what the deal was there. But I guess if I persevere with this, I would end up with, another topper. But you can see that, I'm hoping you can see that, yeah, I poke it through, but then I still have to tear it at the back. So, even I can sometimes figure out that something is not worth my time, and it's better to throw it away than to waste any more of my precious time. This one was fun. I like asymmetric things. Again, I did not separate them. This little guy here, that's that one. Even some of the like the centers and the discard pieces are kind of cool, if you're doing something funky. I like those. I think they would be really cute, like layered in some way with, we're always layering. I'm falling into this bad habit of doing air quotes. Once you guys get more familiar with my sense of humor, I'm going to have to stop doing that, because it indicates maybe sometimes sarcasm that I don't intend. An Eiffel Tower, thank you very much. Oh, did I tell you the price of the circle one? $2.18. The Eiffel Tower was $1.48. It also failed on a different, because you know what? I put it too close to the bottom of the paper. And of course, it doesn't get the same amount of pressure as something, you know, in the middle would. So again, kids, learn from my mistake. So then I redid it. And you can see that it came out beautifully. Did I tell you? $1.48. Oh, I know what I was going to reach for. Just give you an idea of size. Come on, hold still. Yeah, roughly 4 inches. 4 inches in height and 1 3/4 inches at the base. So that's a cute one. Look at this little lovely. An anatomically correct bicycle with a basket. This one needed a fair bit of poking out, which didn't particularly please me, but it is cute, so I did it. This one was $1.98 and really cute. Now this, I don't know how it's coming across. This is sort of an olive green in color, and this is some kind of paper that I had bought a long time ago. Many sheets this wide and about maybe 30 inches long. I have no idea what they are. I have used them for mini journal covers and so on. It too has a pebbly surface to it. So I thought, well, okay, let's do some die cutting. And this color, this, as my daughter would say, puke green, is her favorite color. Would you believe she even has painted or had a guy paint her condo, and many of the walls are this color, if you can imagine that. So, to be honest, I don't know, maybe she was switched at birth or whatever, but it is a topic of conversation among us, let's just say that. If you share that fondness for this color, I'll tell you, this is your year. It is everywhere, in home decor, in clothing. You can't shake a stick without hitting something in this green. So it's your year, kids. This one is, again, cute, asymmetric. $3.58, 3 pieces. I think this was the first one I experimented on, so I love that. This one, again, too close to the bottom, that same green paper. This is the center of that, so that too can be used as a mat for something. I really like it. Of course, next time I use it, I will be smarter about positioning. Okay. This one I like. This may be, I shouldn't even try to guess, but this may be called fish net or something, you know, like a fisherman's net. $2.18, worked beautifully. This one, oh, see, I left this here just to show you how annoying. It's still in this, it's still in the die. And as I've said before, we've all spent 10 or 20 times as much on a die and had to do this. But it's still very annoying because I thought that this would be, you know, this could, depending on how you look at things, this could either be a wreath or a doily, you know, and I thought it had lots of possibilities. But, you know, again, I think life is too short for having to do this. So, and I don't even, well, I guess I should try poking at some of these smaller holes. See if I can even get the thing out of there and show you. Is it worth it? What did I pay for this? Oh, I didn't tell you. This must be it. $2.85. Again, you know, I said in a recent haul video, I consider myself the queen of rationalization. So that kind of money for a metal die, even if it's very annoying, when you think that some people spend more than that on just one of their coffees in a day, which is kind of, you know, there's no redeeming value to that. Again, would I will give this another chance with probably a different type of paper, more, you know, what am I trying to say? You know, run it through more times. I thought that for most of them, I was doing it 3 times, like 3 times there and back. So, I mean, it is nice, but again, should a person have to work that hard to get it, to get those results? But before I throw the baby out with the bathwater, I would try it again, you know, in this little lab that we call a craft room. So, yeah, the jury is out on this one. And then, of course, you have to get these little guys out, too, that get left behind, because I'm sure that is going to interfere with the next run-through. Yeah, I don't know if these little punch holes are just a bit too puny or, well, I don't know. Who knows? Okay, this one is cute. If you've ever wanted to be royalty, how about a 4-piece set of crowns? So they worked well. And again, some of these are the, you know, the outer. So that's this one. But that in itself probably has a place with if a person did some layering. So those are cute. I did not separate those, as you can see. Oh, here are the little butterflies. I'll show you again. They did work much better on this, just, you know, cardstock. I'm not sure where its little bag is. Is this? No, it isn't. Did I tell you what the price was? I can't remember anymore. Okay, this was a bit of a gong show. I thought this was really nice. To me, it's ornate. It could represent a garden gate or, you know, a fancy carved door or whatever. So I tried it on this material that I said is heavier duty. It's like a report cover. It did not work well at all. I got a couple of pieces out, but, you know, I would have to tear or cut this, and again, not worth the effort. So then I tried it on construction paper, and I got this. So obviously that is lovely. And you're probably wondering, well, how did she pick such awful color? I just picked what was handy. This must be the bag from it, and it was $3.79. This might be the butterfly one. $1.48. I like this because, again, it's irregular. It cost $2.29, and it's called just some sort of a grid on that green paper, and you can see that this is how it came out. I will give it another chance before I, speak ill of it. But, yeah, oh, that's not going to work. You can see that it didn't even cut through there. There's not even an impression. So I will definitely have to try that again. Now, because it sort of embossed this design on it, obviously I'm not going to throw this away. I'd probably end up punching out the ones that will come out and doing some of the layering with it. That might be kind of cool because it will be very much an asymmetric design. A few at the bottom that will come out, some at the top, and then the middle will be intact, or I can just randomly decide which to punch. Well, those aren't going to come out because they didn't cut. So again, this one needs to be given a second chance. Okay, we're at the end of the dies, except for these two pairs of glasses. Now, I've been wearing glasses since I was 9 years old, so trust me, I know glasses. So even these little waist things, they almost look like paving stones. I'm not going to throw those away. Again, really cute. And they were $1.68. Okay, I'm not gonna take the time to clean this up. What I wanted to show you next are the stamps that I got. They're all acrylic stamps. Oh, sorry. I'm talking stamps and I'm showing you stencils. The part that really quite annoyed me is how the stencils came. It was in a bag. Okay, so this one would have been $1.28. And I'm thinking, well, this certainly doesn't bode well for quality assurance. But you can see I used it here. I used this part here. Or did I have? No, I guess I had it this way. I used this part of, I don't know, what is that, an elevator? I don't know. I was able to make some decent impressions. But still, this is kind of pathetic. There was no backing whatsoever. It's just if you've gotten a Temu parcel yourself, excuse me, you know that it just comes in a bag. I saw a review video this morning. Well, not a review, just an unboxing. And she didn't even pay for the stuff. It was all, gratis from the company. And she was complaining about the lack of box and lack of packaging. And I'm thinking, in some circles, that may be a plus. Because if we're like, okay, we as crafters are going to reuse the packaging in some form or another, but still resources were used to make all that packaging. So most companies are trying to get away from, they're trying to minimize the amount of packaging that they're using, not wanting more. So anyway, for what it's worth, that's how that stencil came. I didn't try this one. I didn't feel the need. It's $1.18. Again, I like these abstract-y kind of things. I think that'll be a great background one. And this one too came bent. It was $1.48, and you can see I did the typewriter, which is the worst corner here. Oh, I got trapped by this sticky panel. Ugh. So yeah, I was able to hold it down and make a decent impression, despite that corner curling up. So I guess that was the worst condition that anything came in. So I think, you know, considering all the items, that's probably okay. So then I chose to, well, since I'm showing you this, I should find those stamps. I was eager to get on with it and start filming. So I didn't necessarily try every single stamp, especially in these multi-stamp sets. Kids, don't try this at home. The first time I laid out a bunch of these on a block, and I had this one wrong side up. So that's what you get if you don't have the stamp side up. And if you take the time to put them right side up and make them readable, that's a bonus too. So I redid it over here. That one is still upside down. But that one still didn't work that great. But again, sometimes, as you know, with the first time around, when you're inking a stamp for the very first time, it sometimes it's not as sharp as you would like. This set with all these postage things was $2.18. So, you know, not bad. These ladies, like I find these ladies. So I tried 2 out of the 3 heads. They're fine. They're not the most attractive girls in the world. And this cost $2.88. And there's some text there as well. So I thought that was pretty good. What else have I got there? Oh, there's that library one. So this too. Sorry, there's the rustling. I didn't want to put them back in their bags, but I wanted to keep the prices available to me. $2.88. So the stack of books is cute. I used the library card and from the library off. So I thought that those worked pretty well. This was a bit smudgy. Now, I've forgotten. Most of these I put on blocks, but I'm also coming to the conclusion, or beginning to suspect, that not all acrylic blocks are created equal either. Because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't seem to work very well. So I don't know if it's how I've adhered them or what. I do know that I remember seeing someone say that, well, you're not supposed to put the stamp on, like sort of by hand. You're supposed to put the stamp down on your surface and then put the block on top, and you're more likely to have everything remain true and square and not get stretched out of shape. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. Okay, so this is this one. Again, clearly a background stamp. This one I did without a block, acrylic block. This one I did with a block. It was actually a little bit worse. I ended up doing it twice because that bird especially was not good. It's a bit blurry. Obviously the Eiffel Tower didn't turn out as well as it did here. This was one attempt. So, I think that sometimes with stamping, it's hit and miss. Where did I lose the... So I think the fact that perfection, and this was $2.88, I think the fact that perfection is not the name of the game bodes well as quite often we're stamping just because we want some collage fodder or something like that. This one I thought was kind of cute. you get 7 little borders for $2.18. So I just randomly chose. I chose kind of a heavy one, which is this one. Well, the ones you can see have blue ink on them. And this was Ranger's archival ink. This one with the mushroom. And this one. And I thought those were pretty cute. Again, you know, sometimes when you want a small variety look stamp for a small spot. I think that'll serve the purpose quite nicely. Okay, we're on the home stretch, guys. I love this one, which is I think it's, what do they call it? Thread, or they don't call it anything here. $2.88 for these 3. So this, of course, looks like just loose string, and I did this. These were the first ones I tried. So fully inked, and then the sort of the ghost print. Frayed, like burlappy type stuff. And then here's the second. I don't know. I'm pointing, but I'm probably not showing. And then this one is this one. And whether it's the first impression or the second, I just think they're great. Really love this one. Okay, so then this was kind of a bigger set. $2.98. I tried the bird. Nice. Second print. This one, whoops. This one I thought wasn't so good. It's not particularly sharp. I only tried it once. But, you know, for collage fodder, or when we just want kind of that impression that, oh, there is another layer there, perfectly adequate. And then this one is this one, and that too is pretty nice. And I think I told you the price on that. $2.98. Oh, where did I get these words from? Oh, yeah, there are these words here as well. So I just did those up there. This one is a kind of one of those multi-stamps. $3.58. Did a bingo card. That is obviously a poor result. Journey, copyrighted, the little bus ticket type thing, and this little math equation. I thought I tried it again. I guess I didn't. Oh, I tried these smaller ones again over here using, this might have, no, that was on a block because I had them all arranged. So you can see that the little equation didn't show up at all. Didn't show up at all. But here it did, and it's cute. So I think, I don't know, fewer stamps maybe to the block. Maybe it's easier to get a better impression when you, I don't know. I don't know. Back to the drawing board with that one. This one I thought was going to be a disappointment, to be honest, when I saw it. $3.78, because it looked like, oh, brother, they threw everything. Oh, I didn't realize there was a big shot there, too. They seem to throw everything in the kitchen sink into this one. But I picked out a few, put them all on one block, a brush, a palette, a nib, an ink pad, an ink bottle, an ink bottle, an ink bottle. And look, crystal clear, perfect results, first time. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's a crafty theme thing. There's one that says handcrafted for you by. So that would be cute to try, and then just, you know, sign one's first name. Button, some scripty things, inks, blotches. I don't know why the cherry is there. I don't know why those little flowers are there, but hey, they filled up all the space. What can I say? This one is this one. It is $2.18. It's 6 stamps. You can see which ones I tried. And they're nice. Like, I mean, they're cute. Sometimes you want something that looks like a form or a check or whatever. And you need the size to be in proportion to the thing you're working on. So I thought that was a cute one as well. And then the final one that I'm showing here, and the final thing, amen, is this one, $2.88. How many pieces have we got there? 6, no, 7. I believe I used these on a block here, and then I thought, oh, I bet you this one would be nice if it was right side up. And then this one I just did, like we like to sometimes do when you just want a more mottled look, sort of just partial images. So yeah, that one too is cute. And like I said, I didn't bother trying to read each one. I didn't see any glaring, grammatical or spelling mistakes, so that definitely is a bonus. And I'm getting hoarse, so that probably means it's time to say goodbye for today. Yeah, I would suspect that, I really hope that this was helpful to you, because again, looking at something without actually trying it is kind of a waste of time, almost, I'd say. Another thing that I did, and this is a tip, and I'm not trying to encourage you to be a compulsive shopper by any stretch of the imagination, but as I've been watching other people's videos and thinking, oh, well, that looks good and that looks good, and I wouldn't mind checking that out, I've been making a shopping list. And I was doing this before I even received my first order. So I would say that on the whole, I'm really happy with what I got. You saw that my complaint was about the way the stencils came bent and some of the dies. But again, I can, I can probably live with that, because I've done, like I said, I've had to do poking and redoing on stamps that were 10 times the price. So I have a bunch of things on a second list in case I do place, a wish list in case I place a second order. So I'm going to stop here. I wish you happy crafting. If you choose to shop, whether it's with these guys or anyone else, I hope you score some good deals and spend your hard-earned money wisely. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.